Hey, welcome to a transit day. So today we are in Reno, Nevada, and we're going to catch a flight back to Portland, Oregon to visit with family and friends for about 2 weeks. So we are in our last minute preparations right now of getting Cupcake ready. We found a place where we can park her off airport for $6 a day, so the price is right. But we need to prep the truck as far as moving valuables from the front of the truck into the back of the truck, and then we actually need to prep Cupcake herself for a 2-week absence. So we've been busy really making piles of stuff from the truck up here, bags we're taking with us, still doing some packing, and then starting to stick items up on the bed that we just don't want to leave hanging out in the front of the truck. So today we're taking along for a travel day, so let's go. Santa Flush, we just literally leave, it's like a little jet spray of water inside the black tank. We just leave it spraying until the water coming out here at the end is crystal clear. I like to shake the extra water off the tip.
So we're getting ready to head back to Portland for a couple of weeks, and we thought we should take everything out of the front of the truck, bring it back here into the camper. Probably a little bit more secure. We're parking the truck in the camper at a hotel parking lot. They have a fenced area for long-term parking. It's like $5 a day, you can't go wrong. But here's everything from the back of our truck. And one more. So after we dump the tank, we add this little thing in, and I add about, I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute worth of kettle, because it seems to me like that's pretty close to a gallon. We started using this stuff within the last month, because we noticed sort of a funky smell to our gray water when we dump it. So I'm going to add a little bit of this, probably a little bit more than normal, just since we're going to be closed up for a couple of weeks. And I'll put the stopper in. Okay.
This is our commercial endorsement for TST. Like Noelle said, we're getting a funky smell, at times coughing out of our gray water, so we've just started using this stuff maybe within the past month. Really, I think as the weather has warmed up, that's where we're starting to get the funky odors coming out of the sink or sometimes the bathroom, particularly if we're gone for like 4 or 5 hours hiking or whatever, and we come back and it's been closed up. Then we've kind of got like a funk going on in here, an odoriferous funk. So we're trying to do stuff to control the funk. All right, so here we are. We're getting ready to leave, to head back to Portland to see our kids and grandkids. And we're talking about, how are we feeling about it? It'll be the first time, I guess, we've left Cupcake in a couple weeks.
For a couple weeks.
For a couple weeks, yeah. So I guess for me, this is, it's kind of the end of, I guess, this first phase, I guess this first season of Cupcake. When we come back in a couple weeks, we haven't shared with you, but we're going to go hiking for 2 or 3 months. By the time you see this, our hiking will almost be done. So for you, there really shouldn't be any interruption in our Cupcake videos. But for me, it's kind of the awareness that we're coming to the end of one phase and we're starting off into another phase. So there's a little bit of sadness for me with the closing down of that initial excitement of having a truck camper and really having no idea like what comes next. So it's odd to leave. When we come back in 2 weeks, we're going to be really busy getting all of our stuff together to start hiking. We've got all our permits and all that crap, but we have a lot of logistics we have to work out about a 2 or 3 month hike, like where we're getting our food, that kind of stuff, and where to put Cupcake, how to handle Cupcake, who's going to watch her for us. So when we come back in 2 weeks, we have 1 week of like intense activity, and then we're hiking. So yeah, it's, I don't know, it's a little bittersweet for me right now to be leaving.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of the same for me. It does seem like closing her up is kind of like you said, maybe the closing of this season. We're gonna still be living in her after our hiking, as far as we know now, but for right now, it's kind of a closing up for a few months. So for today, I feel a little bit sad about closing up Cupcake and a lot excited about flying home to see our kids and grandkids. Trying to just, like, I know we have some logistics still, but I'll just be here today.
I'm so grateful, in here, as we stand here, I'm looking over here like at the refrigerator area, and just a few weeks ago, we were lucky enough, we got to visit my mom at her Alzheimer's care center. And sometimes my mom knows who we are, sometimes she doesn't. But on that particular day, for a time, it seemed like my mom knew who we were, knew who I was. My mom sat right in here with us for just just a little bit of time, and we were able to chat with her, and we took a picture of her in here. And my dad has been in here. He didn't sit over here. He sat behind you over on the
dinette, like a regular.
Yeah. Yeah. So to me, it's really, it's bittersweet, the closing of this chapter. But we're excited to go. I'm excited to get on to another chapter.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see our kids, and I'm glad we're going to get to hike again. We'll be finishing up the Pacific Crest Trail. Steve did as much as he could before family obligations and snow took him off the trail in 2019. And while that was the right call at the time, I know that it wasn't an easy decision to make to not finish the last 600 miles in the same year. So being able to do that is pretty awesome.
Yeah, today for me it's the first time I'm going to fly since, I guess, March of 2020. For you, that doesn't mean much. For me, coming out of a corporate life where I was flying like all over the world
every week,
it's crazy.
My weekend has been
crazy that I haven't been on a plane in this long. And honestly, I'm looking forward to a nap on the plane. Airplane naps are just the bomb. For me, there's a correlation. The better I nap, the more irritated the people are that are sitting around me. So I'm hoping today, going to get 2 nice little naps in. Best nap is when I can go to sleep right before the plane lifts off. This is a sweet nap time.
I'm excited because they have new canned cocktails. They're serving tip-top cocktails. So I'm going to try a bee's knees canned cocktail. And then a nap.
Okay, so
that's that.
That's that. Let's go fly.
Salt Lake City. Waiting for our next flight. Anything you'd like to say?
We just paid $14 for a salad, $3 for a bottle of water. So I'm feeling a little irritable, but I don't know, it's pretty much the same as I remembered it. Plane was packed.
Las Vegas passenger Josefa Tufaga, please return for last item at gate A10.
But it doesn't seem like the airport itself is too crowded. It's certainly more crowded than the last time I flew, which was, I guess, March of 2020, when the airports were empty. So, there you go.
I feel sick because our descent into Salt Lake City was really bumpy, and for the first time since we were in South Africa on a tiny little plane, I felt like I might barf. That doesn't generally happen to me. So right now I'm just trying to think happy thoughts before we get on the next plane.
Hey everybody, we just got into Portland tonight. It's my first time flying in over a year. Second time. She travels more than I do. So we've got 2 weeks ahead of us, 2.5 weeks here in Portland. We have a lot of friends and family to see.
A lot that we won't be able to see.
A lot we won't be able to see. And then we have to go to storage. We have to get stuff out of storage. And then knowing we were coming into like somewhere to get Amazon shipments, we've shipped a whole bunch of stuff here.
Which our daughters and sisters love.
Yeah.
Getting all our mail at their homes.
So we'll be here for a couple weeks taking care of our errands. Kind of like the thing Noelle and I have talked about before, Noelle and I have agreed, we're sharing our lives with you at this point, but we're not necessarily sharing the lives of our children or grandchildren with you.
Yeah.
So you'll see a little bit of us in this episode of in and around Portland, but really we'll pick back up about time when we're ready to leave Portland. So for you, we'll see you in just a second. But for us, we'll see you
in a couple of weeks.
About 2 weeks. Here we go. First time in almost a year.
There's my cutie. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Wow. It's a lot of crap. We say we're minimalists in our truck. Then you look in here.
Not so minimalist. Alright, here we are, unit number 2. So I'm sitting here in this lawn chair, surrounded by
all our stuff.
the ghosts of our past.
It's pretty weird.
It's odd to be here, and listen, we have 2 storage units. We have, it's like a whole life in these 2 containers. And
Oddly emotional.
it's strange to think of, we're living in such tight confines right now, by choice. But then coming in here and saying, oh yeah, we had life, we have furniture, we have
God, nice furniture.
a scooter, a moped.
No, I don't have a scooter or a moped. I have a Vespa. It is absolutely not a moped.
Okay.
There's no pedaling involved.
So we've got a Vespa or a scooter or a moped, whatever you'd like to call it. You know, bed, you know, couch, chairs.
A blanket of my dad's up there.
Oh yeah. So it's a little weird to come in here. This time we're here getting, we need to get a scanner, which we found. We're looking to see if we could find a Kindle, which we did not find.
Golf clubs.
Noelle was kind enough to let our grandson and our daughter borrow our clubs without remembering where those were in our storage unit.
I thought they were at the front of the storage unit. I didn't know that they were buried and Steve would have to climb all over.
They were the furthest possible point they could be in the storage unit. That's where they were.
But you got them?
We got them. That's all right. I mean, do someone some good rather than just sitting here collecting dust.
There's no point in them just wasting away in here.
And hopefully we can charge them rent.
Yeah, that would be like her charging us rent for all the crap we mail to her house for storage.
I'm thinking like $200 a month per set of clubs. It's reasonable.
Yeah. I'm thinking you're full of it.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, now we got our crap, so we'll go away and we'll come back here in another week or so and put our crap back that we don't need when we leave here. So we just thought you might enjoy seeing our crap. I might enjoy sitting down for a minute.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Well, it's another day of travel for us. Today we're headed from Portland back to Reno, where Cupcake is chilling out at a hotel. She's chilling out because she's chilling for $6 a day. So that was way cheaper than parking her at the airport itself. So we're going back to our storage unit. We need to put some crap back in the storage unit that we had taken out. And then we're going to zip to our daughter's house and pick up a credit card. And then tonight we fly out of here and head back towards Cupcake. Tomorrow I've got a busy day with Cupcake. We need to take her in, get the tires rotated, and we'll take her in for an oil change, and then we'll start making our way towards Old Station, California on Monday. So we've got the weekend, do some video editing, work on our websites, and try to get Cupcake kind of ready for a couple-month hiatus. So I guess you can join us for another travel day.
Here we are, back in Cupcake. She was still here in the parking lot at the Best Western in Reno, so that's always a good thing. It's about midnight. Yeah, probably about midnight. We left Portland. Our brother-in-law dropped us off around 5:30ish at the airport. Left there, flew through Salt Lake, came here, got a shuttle ride from an awesome guy who also was an RVer for 4 years. So that was fun to chat with him for a few minutes. Now I think I'm gonna drink a little bit of water and get some sleep. It's been a long travel day, even though the travel portion of the day wasn't very long.